Hey, welcome back to Outpost 6. I'm going to go stock analysis sheet with you. I'm going to dive into this. I'm hoping to not make this video super long, but I do want to help you and explain things. So here we go. We're going to dive right into this. Your stock analysis sheet should look something like this. Now, I did the example. Nike just reported, and so I have on this top line, the stock is Nike. The ticker is NKE. The price on the day that I looked at this was $79.36, and the date was 3/25/20. The second row here, name of CEO, John Donahoe. All right, the third line has the PE, EPS, dividend percentage, and the sector. You can easily find this information if you go to Yahoo Finance and click on the search bar, click in NKE, the ticker, and this will pop up. Now today it's trading at 83.10. Crazy swings with the coronavirus right now. The summary page right here, right below the price of the stock, shows you a bunch of information: the previous close, the open, the bid. Here's all information that you're going to find. You can see the PE, EPS, earnings date, dividends. All that information for the third line is right there. I'll do another video that covers the summary piece and go over some of these terms and names for you. All right, so we're going to head back to the stock analysis sheet. And we're going to scroll to the actual conference call. Now, every single publicly traded stock that I'm making you choose, whatever ones that you choose, the 5 that you choose, they all have conference calls. Nike, you're going to be able to go to their investor relations page. Now, I can't tell you they're all the same because every company does it slightly different. But generally speaking, the investor relations tab on the internet is on the bottom of their page. Same thing with Nike, or you can Google search Nike conference call or investors relations page, and you'll go to the page where they have to disclose all the information they do for their 10Qs. So Nike just reported their Q3. Now, this is their most recent one, Q3, Q2. You can see it, Q1 of 2020. We want the most recent one. So on the first line here, this PDF, this is just kind of a summary page that the press release out. There's good information in there. You can read it. The financials, this is more of like an auditor's version where it has all the numbers in it. And then the webcast is the third piece. The webcast, and then the last piece is the transcript. So you can listen to the webcast or you can read the transcript. Now, I think if you've never done one of these before, it's really important for you to listen first. If you want to listen to the webcast and then read the transcript as it's going, it'll help you understand what the heck they're talking about. These aren't super exciting, all right? They're just like the reports you give me most of the time, not super exciting, but it's going to give you a bunch of good information, okay? So please make sure you listen to the webcast first. And if you want to read it also and read as you go, that's totally fine. All right, so I'm going to go over what I wrote. I listened to the conference call. It's about an hour long. I only have to do this once every 3 months for each one of your stocks. So the overall highlights and lowlights. Even with the coronavirus, Nike's revenue increased by 5%. They acted quickly and have a strong playbook on what to do as the virus spreads throughout the world. They have a huge presence in China. And this happened to them first, so they are using what they did in China throughout the rest of the country, or throughout the rest of the world. They had a strong digital uptick, which means people are buying goods, apparel through their website. Digital sales were up 36%, even with the coronavirus. The digital brands, 9.6 billion, double-digit growth in Nike direct sales. Nike also owned Converse. Those sales were worth $506 million. They were up 11%. They had huge growth in Europe. The net revenue was down to 847 million. So they didn't make as much money as last quarter. So usually you would have pause, but nobody's making money right now. And considering that they still made 847 million for the quarter is substantial. Let's see here. They're very confident that as soon as COVID-19 ends, they're going to have a strong uptick. Let's see here. They're very adaptable, and Nike is doing well. The brand and innovation makes it a best of breed stock. There's no guidance for quarter 4 because probably next quarter is going to be bad too. Things will probably get worse, but when COVID-19 ends, Nike expects rapid acceleration. All right, so that's just a summary of the conference call. Their quarterly earnings here, which I mentioned. Their gross revenue was 10.1 billion. Their net revenue was 847 million. You compare that to last quarter, which was 10.3 billion and 1.1 billion net sales or net revenue. So they didn't do as well, right? So do you want to own this company? Well, there's really nothing wrong with Nike. It's that we have a global pandemic right now. And so considering how bad things are around the world, Nike's still selling their apparel. So that's fantastic. All right. Let's see here. The dividend history or safeness. Nike has a strong history of paying a dividend and raising that dividend on a yearly basis. They have shown that even in bad times, they continue to pay without cutting their dividend. We have a horrible time right now, and Nike still expects to be paying their dividend. Guidance or catalyst moving forward. They talked about innovation, digital platforms, and app engagement with people. They have a strong balance sheet, they have excess cash, and they have access to capital or loans if they need it through banks. They feel very confident that this will pass. The sales are already starting to increase in China. So we're just going to roll around the world with COVID-19, but Nike feels very confident about things moving forward. What are some concerns? Well, obviously, COVID-19 sales are not going to be as good as they have been. I want to make sure, especially during this time, that the price I'm looking at the price to earnings multiple. Yes, I'm going to look at the price of the stock, but I also want to look at the price to earnings multiple. I want to buy shares of Nike when it pulls back substantially, and I want to make sure that I'm not buying this stock at historic high price to earnings multiples. Personal experience and observations. I enjoy the Nike brand and observe they are the preferred brand of most people. How safe or risky is this stock versus the 30-year treasury? Well, this is a Bob stock, all right? Best of breed stock. They have far outperformed the 30-year treasury. They have a great brand name and innovation. People love Nike, and Nike has totally outperformed the 30-year treasury. All right, why I own the stock. And I want to ask you why you own your stocks. I want 3 basic bullets. When we come down to all of this, all at the end, I want to know 3 reasons why you own the stock. Your personal reason. I love Nike products. I own them. All right. I buy Nike products. My observations is whenever I'm in class, most people have Nikes or Converse on, right? There's only one other apparel that really people are putting on their feet, and that's Vans. I go to the airport, most people are wearing Nikes, or they're wearing Nike, right? Shirts, sweatshirts, whatever it is. The 10Q, despite the COVID-19 sales and revenue were strong. The innovation and digital transformation continue to be the best among all apparel makers. And growth for this company will continue, and it will especially continue after COVID-19. So this is my stock analysis. It didn't take me too long, just a little over an hour to do this, but this is going to help you become rich. All right. And so I've talked to a few of you recently, like, oh, I don't know what to do. Everything's crazy. Well, if you know what you own and you've done the homework, you're going to feel confident when things go bad, knowing that this is a great opportunity for you to buy stocks at lower value, all right, lower prices. So in the long term, in 5 or 10 years, when this is all over, you made great investments. All right. So I hope that answers some questions regarding the stock analysis sheet. Now, I know things are still crazy, but if you are working on this, please watch this video, obviously. If you have any questions after the video, then text me or email me, and hopefully this helps. All right. So we're out of here. Peace.